who am I? Right now I'm working as a design director in MTS. It's like mobile telesystem company, but right now we're transforming, having digital transformation, and we're more like IT company. But I will tell you more about it in the next slides. So I was born in this beautiful country of Tbilisi, and for me it's amazing to stand here and to share with you my knowledge. And Sakartvelo is always in my heart. So this is me a little trying to like gain some knowledge. And this is me crying that the Shota Rustaveli book is ending, so what should I read next? And the amazing thing is that, do you know who is Kirill Serebrennikov? Maybe you know him? Yeah, he's like a worldwide famous playwright, and I was one of my hobbies, one of my interests is playwriting and writing books and so on and so on. And I was learning playwriting in Gogol School. It's the school of Kirill Serebrennikov. And for me, it's like I'm closing the gestalt because I'm doing design. I love to write playwright, and I'm standing in one of the biggest theaters in the world. So it's amazing. Today I live in Moscow, but I travel a lot because MTS is like worldwide company. I had a 13 plus year of experience in design, research, and digital business. And as I said, I'm working in MTS right now, like in big IT company. Nice to know. Yeah, the music. So this is 21 Pilots. I don't believe in hype. What do I mean? I mean that how many designers is here? Designers? Okay, developers, the guys who are trying to bring agile and design thinking into companies. Okay, the main problems is that in big companies or in companies that are trying to bring the agile, it's like a lot of talking, but the problem is we're talking about agile, we're talking about design thinking, but in basics, the fundamental rules of bringing this culture to your company is that culture is always coming not from top to down, but from down to top. So if you don't have like innovators, the people who inspire and want to change and bring the agile and design thinking into company, just words and just like bringing this information from top doesn't work. So, as I said, I don't believe in hype, but I believe in methodology, I believe in growth of my mindset, I believe in team working, I believe in creative thinking and power of design. Also, I believe in power of process and the power of research. So today, the topics that I'll be like exploring with you is we will start with culture, why it's important, then process, then people and tools. And all this stuff is very important. So we will start with culture. So as Peter Drucker said, famous economist, he said that culture eats strategy for breakfast. So there's a lot of cool strategists, even in our company, in the world, that creating strategy, doing like strategy sessions. But if you lost your company's culture, or if you don't have the right culture, then the strategy means nothing. So it will stay in top. Also, it's wrong mindset when we are talking about design, bringing design to the culture of companies, that the company bosses or like people in the companies, they're thinking that design is the part of developing process only. And the designer should help to create the great UI or create the great communication, but it's wrong mindset. The right mindset is that design is helping to bring the empathy and humanism to the company, bring the tools for problem framing, and then on the top of this triangle, solving the problems. So design is more about the function, not about the aesthetics. So aesthetics is more like how it looks like, but more important is how it functions, how it works, engineering, the problem solving. So the best designed products are like the products that is deeply connected to our people, that are, we're designing such products as part of company's culture. So the design is more like how it more. It's not like only how it like looks and feels, but it's more about how it works and how it solves problems. So design in the companies, in the culture of companies, should be the heart of company. And also, one of my colleagues were talking that some designers think that they're like the main people in company, or developers think they're the main people of company. It's the wrong, it's false statement. It's not the false statement about the designers think so. The false statement is that designers who don't think about ethics, don't think about inclusivity, the designers who don't try to solve the real problems, and designers who are like stuck in their in their evolution, like craft work. So designers is a craft work. So you should always try to bring something new. So about the design maturity reports in companies, there are three great reports from my colleague Yuri Wetter from Mail.ru Group, and InVision did a great job, and McKinsey did a great job about reporting the business, why the design is important, and how business gains value bringing the design. So, as I said, design plays an important role throughout product development and product delivery. And we move forward to process. So process make you more efficient, as Steve Jobs said. What it means, when I first came to MTS, and this is the problem of every like big company. So this is a company where more than 70,000 people work. So when I came in MTS like 2.5 years ago, the designers were in the process of this process of iteration process of creating the product. The designers were involved only when we need to design, so to bring the UI, the good UI components. So it looked like this, like client beating one designer, and there's one designer and 200 developers. That's not the way it should work. Or like this, designer tries to bring some creative mindset, some solutions, but the client treats him this way, so kills his vision. Also, as I was talking about hype, it's amazing that in the technology era, we have the like, interface, and we're trying to bring interface everywhere, like interface to the fridge, interface to this. It's like trash can in London, and it has an interface that's showing the weather. Why trash can is showing the weather? I don't know, but it's a wrong mindset as well. And Krishna, I forgot about the surname, but there's a guy who's saying that interface should be invisible in future. So, and we should forget about this interface, graphic interfaces. So it's bad. The good process looks like this. So we're trying to emphasize our users. We try to define the problem. We ideate, prototype, and test. And here, how designers are working in this process, like UX researchers, UI researchers. And they're in every phase of this process. And recently, Design Council released the update to the Double Diamond, and you should like look for it, because they call it not only Double Diamond, but they call it the future innovation process of creating the great product. So the main qualities of design-centered organization, and design-centered organization, like Google looks like a design organization, Microsoft tries to become design-centered organization, IBM, and so on and so on, and we're trying to do the same. So it's very important that in company everyone has a shared sense of purpose. Their user-centered approach and user empathy. Understand, articulate, and create value, establish and uphold standards and quality, establish and uphold standards. Oh, it's sorry. So it's important that we generate a quality ideas, not only the quantity of ideas. And most important is you should try to design to innovate. So how can design help to innovate? It's a great book written by Roberto Vergenti. It's called Design-Driven Innovation. And he is saying that if you want to radically change your products, you should think out of box. And you should envision new meaning by working with interpreters. Who is the interpreters? He's saying that the firm, the company is in the center. Even if you have a good design studio inside or design lab inside your company, you should always work with your interpreters, like people, media, culture organization, artists, and they can help you to bring the new vision, the new sources of data for you to re-innovate. And he draw this this graphic which tells you what he wants to say. He says, like, there's one example. There's PlayStation and Xbox. They're trying to bring more and more technologically progressed game systems. But what Nintendo did, he said, Nintendo thought that we can't fight with these guys, so we will try to create some kind of new innovation. We will rethink how the gaming system of future should look like. And that's why they're still alive, because they try to reinvent the way how people play the games. And it's very important. One of the main important things also is the people. So it's very important to try to find the right people, not the best people, as Jack Ma said. So this is our designers in MTS. We're having fun. Yeah, this is our idol. Okay, moving forward. We're doing the push-ups. So it's very important. So basically me, my team, we're working with HR. We're trying to bring the knowledge to our HR team, so they're helping us to implement hiring principles and on the recruitment of designers. It's very important because they don't have experience and knowledge. If design process is only integrated to the company, the HR, if you won't work with your HR, they didn't help you to find the persons who will match with your culture, your company. And the important stuff, if you're having the designer, the product designer in your team, and he's just sitting and doing like mock-ups, wireframing, and so on, and he never tries to ask you a questions, it's bad. Because this designer he's only doing his job on the visual side, so creating the visual design. But if he's not asking the questions, if he don't want to stop, like bring arguments, ideas, that he's not involved in your team. And we're calling in our team, we're calling these designers like Behance designers. So it looks nice, but it doesn't work in real life. And there's a lot of, there's more than 30 designer type specialists. So from digital production to the brand, and there's even the guys, service designers, who are working on improving the journey of the customers, the whole journey of the customers. So our basic principles that we want to bring, and I want to bring to MTS, is to bring the flexible network strategy instead of vertical hierarchy and total bureaucracy. What does it mean? It means that we have the design centers, but not every designer is inside the design centers. So we are having like more than 200 product teams, and designers are in these teams always. So they're working with their product owner and their product team. And what we are doing, we're trying to bring these designers into one circle and trying to share the knowledge with them and trying to skill development, design UX review, knowledge sharing and collaboration. And it's very important. So that's how we're doing stuff like we have meetings in design studios, we have workshops, or we're trying to bring like spirit of a real agile culture and design thinking. And it's important that we are like trying to help assistants to achieve better results instead of strict control and strict management. Then it's important to have tools, because as one guy said, that hard to eat spaghetti if your only tool is hammer. So when you're trying to bring agile design thinking, design process into your company, if you don't bring the digital cloud solutions, the solutions that is needed to like improve your culture and process, it's bad. We also have design system in code. We even have like our own UX writers who created our amazing text guide for products. And the main tool that helps you, always helps you, is the knowledge and experience. That's why I want to share with you these books. And I think that this is the important thing, that you should always try to reach the new knowledge, try to like bring this knowledge, knowing the constant context of your company, bring this knowledge to your company. I have the presentation for you. You can download it. So, and I thought that. Like today, I woke up and I thought it would be amazing if we'll bring the guy who gave us the knowledge about like design principles, design thinking, bringing the design thinking. If you know that Steve Jobs was also like craft in design, so he learned calligraphy. He loved the fonts, so this is the guy who loves design. And I wanted, this is the final thing in my presentation, some kind of speech from like Steve Jobs.
Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't be trapped by dogma, which is living with the results of other people's thinking. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice. And most important, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They somehow already know what you truly want to become. Everything else is secondary.